Ladies, I don't care where you are right now, whether you are a young Phoebe, FBI, or whether you're over 35. Three things. These three things can save your life. Do you want to know what they are? How many ladies in the chat room want to know what the three things are that can save your life? Raise your hand if you're a lady and you want to know what three things can save your life. Godfather, what are these three things that can save my life? I'm dying over here, Godfather. It's 10:42 and I don't know if I got a job to go to. I've been sequestered for 2 months and I ain't got me a Henry in here, and I had chances and I just, please help me, Godfather. Please, please, please. I done read Derek Jackson's book. I done read Steve Harvey's book. I done read all these books, went to all these seminars. I done been to this pink this and that. It ain't working. So much so that I'm over here on the image consultant and life coaches channel just looking for some help. Just give me some help. We're just looking for a little help. Please help us, Godfather. Help us. Help us. Lord have mercy. If this don't work, I don't know what I'm going to do, because everybody else keep telling me, live your best life and be strong and independent and da-da-da-da-da. You're the only person that done told me something kind of truthful that I can sit back and say, this might work. I tell you, the three things that can save your life right now. You know what they are? First, me. An image consultant. A qualified image consultant can save your life. Why? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. Here you go. Book your consult right now. A qualified image consultant is like an oncologist. It's like a cardiac surgeon. See, we're not plastic surgeons where we give you the most optimistic case. An oncologist comes back and tell you your results came in. You got stage 3 lymphoma. Here are our treatment options. You got stage 4 pancreatic cancer. We have no options. We're just talking about quality of life. See, there are people who get paid a lot of money to do ugly jobs that deal in outcomes. I'm an outcome guy. Outcome guys can have a bedside manner, but when you're delivering a fatal prognosis, there is no bedside manner that's going to change the fact that you're going to die. An image consultant will sit down with you, like myself, and profile you and look you dead in the eye and tell you, here is where you stand, especially when you're trying to find certain men. Image consultant. That's the first thing you need. Image consultant. Let you know what your sexual marketplace value is relative to the kind of guys you say you're looking for. And after that, help you with a plan to get there. More on me later. A good image consultant can save your life, but we're only part of it. We're only part of the strike team, Ebony. We're only part of the strike team. See, it's like a good oncologist. He can give you the diagnosis, but he still needs his nurse and he needs the anesthesia. You got people to help you. You know who else can help you? After the image consultant? Matchmaker. Matchmakers. Matchmakers can save your life because, let's be honest, as good of a woman as you may believe you are, you're too old to be out here ripping and running trying to be in the dating scene after 35 years old. That shit was over 10 years ago. You should have left the dating scene 10 years ago. So let this be your wake-up call. Stay out of the clubs, lounges, and every place else where people who are under 25 go. Your old butt don't need to be there no more. Blake Henry and Blue Henry ain't gonna come to the church to find you either. Men ain't in church like that. Single men aren't like that in church. Married men are in church. Single men aren't. So how you gonna find Blue or Blake? No. You're gonna go to a matchmaker, and you're gonna, especially after you work with me, because a good matchmaker is gonna tell you, You need an image makeover. And they're going to send you to me. They're going to send you to me. Image consultant will help you understand what your style personality is, the basics to a feminine, the basics to the basic pieces you need to have a stellar feminine wardrobe, and a high level view of your sexual marketplace value. Now, not all image consultants can do that. I do, because I have a particular way of conducting my image consults. Walking away with those three things when you should really only walk away with one, count yourself lucky. Matchmakers. I've already told you, you need to go to those 10 cities. And you need to be in the places where these guys can find you. Stop playing. Stop playing and start using the matchmaker. But let me let you know why they don't tend to use these things, guys. Because I'm going to tell you something else. The last thing that can save your life, the last thing that can save your life, anybody want to guess? Who wants to guess the last thing that can save your life? Personal trainer. Personal trainers. But let me tell you one of the reasons that a lot of women for whom this applies, who want these high quality men, will end up never finding them. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. I'm putting it in the chat room right now. The average cost per person using a matchmaking service is $5,000. And some people spend as much as $10,000 up to $50,000 for a set amount of matches. So let's talk about it. Strap in. We're about to have some turbulence. I need you to strap in, ladies. We're about to have some turbulence. But I'm going to land this plane and I'm going to get y'all on the line. We're about to have some turbulence. Let me let you know why it's like this. You have blown your youth. You spent the years between 18 and 35 doing whatever the hell you chose to do. No heat, no judgment. But you blew your youth. You blew your youth. When your counterparts who were looking to marry up and marry well were getting married their junior and senior year in college, the first and second year after college, they were married at 22 and 23, and you were laughing at those white girls and those Asian girls getting married at 22, 23. You getting married after college? That's too young. We need to go on girls trips and having our best life and hot girl summer and all this other bullshit. Now they're 10 years into their marriage, 3 kids deep, and their husband's a VP of marketing somewhere. And while you still got you and your cats are living in a loft downtown, driving your BMW in a middling career. You ain't on no career track. You blew your youth. You blew your youth. You can't get that back. You don't have time to play any more games. You don't have another 10 years to try to figure this shit out. You'll be 50. You don't have time to keep playing games. So if you watch my channel, you know what I tell my dudes. You got to pay for a learning curve. That's what an image consultant, a personal trainer, and a matchmaker will do for you. You pay for the learning curve. You separate yourself from all the other women. But here's the problem. No femininity coach. No. You don't need a femininity coach or a matchmaker. What you need is to be ready to be matched. A matchmaker is going to look at you and say, do you have the looks and the image for me to sell to Blake or Blue Henry? That's what they're going to do. They're going to determine whether or not they want to carry your product in their store. Why do you go into Neiman Marcus and you don't see FUBU or Sean John? Why do you see Tom Ford and Keaton? Why do you see Stefano Ricci, Gucci, Fendi, Dolce & Gabbana? Why don't you see lower end brands that you see in Target? Because Neiman Marcus doesn't want to carry that stuff in their store because they want high end customers to come to their store. Why don't they sell Creed or Le Labo at Walgreens? The more Walgreens get a lot more foot traffic because they want to have their brand have a certain level of panache. They want to attract the right people. That's your problem, ladies. You can't attract the right people. You're still trying to do it the cheap way. So let me go ahead and help you out. Like I tell my boys, if you're not willing to put $10,000 into yourself in a 12-month time frame for personal development just to get started, if you're not willing to invest about 5% of your gross every year on year, until you die in personal development, self-improvement, coaching, and all this other stuff, go back over there with the 80%. If you're a woman and you think you're going to be able to find Blake or Blue because you got a fat butt, a cute face, it ain't going to happen. Blake and Blue, look in the chat room. My boys, these dudes are not picking you guys off the vine like they used to. The dating economy as we grew up is dead. It's a new game. And men, when they're looking for a wife, when they're looking for Phoebe, they don't go to the club and they don't leave it to chance. They go where they can verify who you are. That's what a matchmaker does. A matchmaker has the Carfax on you. A matchmaker has all your relevant information. They have your resume, your credit report, they got your background check done. That's why these guys go pay 5 figures to get a list of matches. And they pick from the matches. You need to be one of the matched. But you got to be ready for that. And sadly, a woman who doesn't work out, who's just now working out 3 times a week, you're not ready. See, you understand men got to get out of here and hustle and grind. But are you willing to get out here and hustle and grind just like the men? Are you willing to get out here and hustle and grind like the men? Join the show, ladies. Ask your godfather some questions. I got something for you. Come on. You out here telling the men they need to hustle and grind. They need to da. At 35, you don't have options like you used to have at 22. You don't have the options you used to have. You don't have the options you used to have. Accept it. You don't have the options you used to have. Things have kind of started to sink. Gravity has kicked in. Your eggs are old at 35. Pregnancy is now high risk. How men evaluate women on very different things. You're competing with younger models. What are you willing to do? Let me tell you something. My guys look at a woman who's done these things, working with an image consultant, a personal trainer, and a matchmaker. They look at that woman as a serious candidate because she's already done the work up front. She's become pre-qualified in those guys' eyes. Isn't it masculine to hustle and grind? I got a whole show for you, Lady B. I'm pouring a bunch of cold water on a lot of you ladies. Let me tell you, especially if you're a black woman, you want a black man, there are 2 million more of you than black men. If you don't get a black man, if every black man got a black woman, 2 million of you would die alone. And those are the words I'm going to start using, die alone, because black men are your last option. Hispanic men, Asian men, Middle Eastern men, and white men are not marrying you. Your best shot is with a man that looks like you. I don't care about any other woman in the world. I care about the ones that say you want it. I don't care about all the stats what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to keep saying there ain't no good men out there. There ain't this, there ain't that. The stats say this. Are you going to get in there and start competing? So the reality is your counterparts of other cultures learn from an early age. They got to mate strategically. They got to be strategic and tactical about how they pick a man. They don't pick a man based on love or swag or looks. They pick a man based on hard stats. What's love got to do with it? Not a damn thing at this level. Let's get it. White men marry black women. Okay, well, then Honey B, you should have no problem. Lady B, you should have no problem according to what you think. Lady B says white men marry black women. Good. Then why are you here? I'm always curious when I see a female without an avatar. What does that generally mean, guys? When we see a female in a men's space at 11 o'clock at night with no avatar. A new female with no avatar in a men's space at 11 p.m. What What does that usually mean? Subpar. That's right. That's right. Especially when they come over talking like that. So she's probably one of those women over 35, upset that her life, she done ran it into a ditch. I didn't do it. A 49er, a 4 acting like a 9. So here's the alternative. Let's say you don't believe anything I'm saying. Everything I'm saying is wrong. I'm an asshole. I'm completely off base. I'm stupid. I'm lame. I'm corny. All these things. Lady B, what does your husband have to say about it? Put your husband on the line. Lady B, put your husband on the line. Let's say everything I'm saying is wrong. Then what's the alternative? What's the alternative? He's laughing her ass off. Oh my God, that's a lot of laughing. We know you big girls got to laugh that ass off. Lord have mercy. I don't know if there's that much laughing possible. You may rupture something trying to laugh that ass off. Lady B, get on the line. When you come in here talking about white men are marrying black women, and white men are marrying black women, we laugh at you. We laugh because that's not even close to being accurate. But that just shows you how deluded some women are. They gotta say it. Think about how sad it has to be when you gotta believe that. When you gotta believe that instead of just the reality. Yeah, not a video on her channel. So, here's the thing. If you're a young lady, if you're a young woman, you're 25, let's say you're 27. If you're 27 years old and thinking this is not for you, you're kidding yourself. It is May 17th on the way to May 18th. We're in mid-May. In 2 weeks, we will be halfway done with 2020. 2 weeks, halfway done with 2020. The years start going by faster and faster the older you get. They go along at the same rate, but they feel faster. If you think you have time to dilly-dally around and play at 27 years old, you're kidding yourself. You're going to wake up, and you're going to be 30. And at 30, game over. Little flip, game over, flip. Because 27 to 30, you will have sex with at least 2 more men. I'm being very generous. Let's be realistic. A new partner every 6 months, that's not uncommon these days. That's 2 a year in 3 years. For math and the cheap seats, that's 6 more. 6 more guys. And that's on the extremely low side. I'm giving as much benefit of the doubt as possible. Because at 27, you don't get into 3-year relationships and 5-year relationships. You start short-term relationships start becoming more and more the norm the older you get. Most people have long-term relationships in their teens and early 20s. But the older you get without getting married, the shorter your relationships tend to get. Because your income and your education and your lived, so many reasons. And the more relationships you have, the less functional you become, the less likely it is you will be able to satisfactorily pair bond with a man. So you better get started now. If you're 27 now, you're taking out money to go on girls' trips. You better take some money and you better go out and get an image consult, a personal trainer, and Matchmaker. Because let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for real. Naima, Ladies, your godfather wants to talk to you. What does it look like for the average woman who you say makes 75 cents on the dollar and you make less than men? Okay. What happens to you ladies after 45? If you're not married, that means 45 will turn into 50, 50, 50 to 55, 55 to 60, 65 to 70, 60 to 65, every 5 years, older and older and older. That means you're further and further and further away. If you are going to be further and further away from a healthy, functioning relationship, that means no family, no children, no nothing. What does that mean, ladies? You're going to die alone.